I was making my Big Fat Greek Wedding too, and I started to feel sadness toward the end of it. I felt like the story needs to go on. You know, 3 always feels good, a trilogy. And so I thought, I have to do another one. And I wanted to tell the story about going back to Greece. And the original story was going to be, of course, that we go with Michael Constantine's character back to his village, because that's all my dad ever wanted, was for us to visit his village. And so I wrote this movie about taking Michael Constantine back to Greece. And then we, of course, lost Michael Constantine in the same year that I lost my dad. And I decided to just channel grief through my fingertips. And here's why. I realize if I'm going through it, then the audience must be too, because we started together, and in the same way that they're also going through family issues, people are growing up, kids are going off to college, well, of course, we've also probably lost a parent too. I wanted to pay homage to parents because I think in the familial journey that we are all on, you start as a child and then you start to parent your parents, and then eventually you have to become the parent. We all have a family unit and how it grows and evolves. And so I wanted to pay tribute to Michael Constantine because everyone's got a Michael Constantine story. He's funny. And it's hard for me actually to even speak about him in past tense because he's so much a part of us. I've vacationed in Greece for years and years, and then I get this outlandish idea that we're suddenly going to make a movie taking the Big Fat Greek family back to Greece. And so I wrote the script thinking, there's no way they're gonna let me do it. Suddenly we're in Greece and we're there and we're scouting locations. And I was sending the cast pictures and images of like, we're gonna film here and this set is available to us and this is the village that's, its architecture matches this set that we're going to build. And I just was telling them things, but I did not expect it to come to fruition until the day I saw everybody in dance rehearsal. And that's when I realized we're doing it. We're actually making this movie, and everybody's here in Greece, the homeland. I'm glad that I took the plunge to direct the third one. I do know that the creative producers had wanted me to direct the second one, but I didn't feel that I was ready, even though I had been in the editing room on the first movie, in with the orchestra recording the score on the first movie and the second movie. I'm just, you know, I'm always there watching and learning and asking questions. Gotta ask a lot of questions. And the producer, Gary Getzman, said, you know what the difference is between him and you? He pointed to the director on the second one, and he said he thinks he can do it. And that really stayed with me. And so I learned. In the time between the second and third one, while I was doing theater in New York, I studied, and I figured out all the angles, all the shot lists, everything I would need, everything I wanted to do. And then when they asked me to direct the third one, I very quickly said yes. I did a 3-part process of preparation. I prepared the script. As the writer, I went through numerous rewrites and I took every note into consideration from the studio because they're wonderful partners. And I wanted to create a movie that we could all be invested in. And also, studio executives read a lot of scripts and they can spot ideas that might not have been filled to fruition, where they should go. So I made sure to absolutely have a script that was in shape. To prepare for the role of Tula, I watched the first 2 movies. I tried to match the voice. The way I write is from a place of motivation. In every single scene, I ask myself, what does this character want? What does that character want? So throughout the entire movie, I went back through the script and I asked myself what I wanted in every single scene. And because Tula is the fixer of the family, sometimes that's, for me, an easy arc, but at the same time, you have to be careful that it's relatable to the audience. It can't be the all-encompassing motivator of a person because nobody is just the fixer. They're also this part and this part, and they have multifaceted parts of their character. For directing, I did shot lists, copious amounts of shot lists with Barry Peterson. We went to locations, we looked at the sun, we charted where it would be. I created what I thought the scene would be. He would ask me, who is the most important character in this scene, and then we would begin to build a multi-camera shot list. We went to this town and it was very quiet, only 20 inhabitants, just like the scene when the family arrives in the village. And we were walking around and I said to Barry, you know what I really need? For that scene when we're looking down from the rooftop, I would love to have a vantage point, top of the village looking down. And we're looking and we see a church spire, but I'm telling you, it had a rickety balcony around it, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is where it ends. No, we're not climbing that thing. We have 20 crew members with us, and we're walking around looking for where can we go up high, whispering in this town, and this man appears here, like right here, and he goes, Nia Vardalos. And I go, yes, hello, how are you, sir? And he says to me in Greek, are you looking for a high up point? And I say, yes. And he goes, come to my house. And so we walk, 20 crew members and me, we walk through the town, he opens the door, we walk through his house, he has 3 floors. We walk to the top floor. He doesn't tell his wife, who's sunbathing nude, that we're coming, okay? So she sees him and she goes, what the hell are you doing right now? And then she goes, Nia Vardalos, and stands up and she takes the world's smallest face cloth and puts it over one breast and comes and hugs me. And we got that house. I love it that for 20 years, the audience has told me that they see their family in my family. I love that. And I write from the point of view of if it's happening to me, it's probably happening to you. So I just want the audience to see themselves in the movie again. I want them to know I hear them, and that the audience is very important to me because I am Tula. And in so many ways, if I am Tula, then so are they.
We got these families.